What's up guys, Papa Eagle is back in the nest, and welcome to Stormbound. So this is actually a mobile game that you can get for free on the App Store. It's developed by Congregate, and I think it's really fun. I've played a little bit of it before I made this video, but I hope you guys enjoy it too, and maybe I'll make a series on it. So this is actually the first mobile game that I've ever recorded on my YouTube channel, so I don't know if there's gonna be anything weird with the audio or video. So just leave your feedback in the comments below if you like it or not. Anyways, let's just get right into it. So basically this game is sort of like a turn-based strategy game, and you place your troops and they kind of move forward and they fight other people. So I'll just show you. So we'll go into the campaign. I've already beaten Swarm of the East and Winter Pact. So we'll start on with Ironclad Union and you'll see how it works. One thing I'd like to mention, I really do like the music in this game, if you can listen to it a little bit. Okay, so it's my turn first, so I have 3 mana, as you can see down there in bottom left, and I can play one of these cards, and so basically I only have enough mana to play this card, Fort of Ebonrock. So basically what this does, it will just defend my base a little bit. You can see I have 10 health, my opponent has 7. So then I end my turn, and my opponent gets to go, and we'll see what they do. So they just spawned a character called the Makeshifter, and basically you can see how in the bottom left corner of this card there are 3 people. Like there's a number 3 with a bunch of people behind it. That's how many troops will be spawned with the card. At the top is how much mana it costs, and at the bottom right it's how much they'll move per turn. So as you'll see, these guys, my Warfront runners, they have two troops will be spawned with this card. Cost 4 mana, and they move 2. So you can see up there that top diamond, that's how far they'll move. And so you see I spawn them, and then look, you see that blue line that just moved up? That's my front line. That's how far up I can place my troops. So they just spawned some more people actually, and it doesn't look like they're actually going to engage in battle. So we're going to do something. We're going to place the Fell Flares. So they actually have a special ability. When you spawn them, it does 2 damage to a random bordering enemy. So as you saw, they used their attack and they weakened up these guys, the Makeshifter. So they only have 1 guy left, and our Fell Flares managed to survive. So they spawned so many rough patches, and that guy actually had 6 characters on spawn, but now he only has 4. So what we're going to do is we have 6 mana, so that means we can place Gifted Recruits to defeat these guys, and then we can also play one more card. So we're gonna spawn Siege Breakers right here. Normally what these guys would do, if you spawn them near a building such as my Fort of Ebonrock right there, they would deal 3 damage to it before actually attacking it. So they're good at destroying buildings. So another thing that you can do in this game is you can spawn spells. So right here I have Blade Storm, so deal 1 damage to all enemy units. I'm not going to do that because it won't be too effective. These guys still have a lot of people left. But what I am going to do, I'm going to spawn Veterans of War, which is a 7 army of troops. And so basically they just wiped out the enemy team. These guys actually just spawned personal servers. So I have a set of personal servers as well. And what their ability is, you spawn them and then they give +2 strength to any friendly unit. So I'll show you guys right now. So see, I'll just spawn them like right here. I mean right here. And see, look, they gave 2 strength to these guys. So now Siege Breakers actually have 5 people instead of their previous 3. Ooh, Finite Loopers. What do these guys do? On death, spawn a 2 strength construct on a random bordering line. So basically, they'll just spawn extra people when they die, which is a interesting strategy, I guess. I'll show you guys how a spell might work. So we're going to use the spell Execution, and as you can see right here, deal 3 damage to a target enemy unit or structure. So we're just going to target these guys. My swords are going to come out of nowhere and just wipe them out. So now we actually have free reign over there. We're going to spawn Heroic Soldiers, and if they can defend this, I will be greatly surprised, but I think we might have it in the bag. And we're going to do one thing. We're going to spawn probably my ace card right now, Joust Champions. Before attacking a unit or structure, deal 3 additional damage to the target. So basically what this means is before they even attack, they're gonna weaken that target by 3. So just watch. So see, their attack goes forward, does 3 damage, they move forward, and then they attack again. That's pretty amazing. That's why they're my ace card. I love to use them. But they also cost 8 mana, so I can't really throw them out that often. And there we go. We've won our first battle. So that will give you kind of a gist for the game. You can actually customize a deck to make yourself stronger, I guess, to make cards that work together. But I haven't really gotten into that. I've just kind of kept the starter deck that they gave me, and it seems to be working out pretty well for me. So now we both actually have 10 health on our bases, and it's our turn first. Oh, look at this. We don't have enough mana to spawn any troops, so that's why in the game, so see my Joust Champions, they cost 8. I'm not going to get those anytime soon, because your mana only goes up 1 by each turn, so my Joust Champions, I won't be able to play them until much later. So you can actually trade out a card for a different one, and I got personal servers, which I still can't place, but that just shows you that you can switch out a card if you're kind of in a rut. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to spawn a Fort of Ebonrock to stall that lane. Then we're going to replace Emerald Towers. And, oh yes, Heroic Soldiers. That's a good draw. Okay, what we're going to do, we're not going to spawn those Heroic Soldiers yet, though. We're going to spawn our Siege Breakers. Okay. And then, oh dang it, I just realized we can't spawn anything else because our front line is too far back. So that's another part of the strategy. If your front line is too far back, you can only spawn on like these 4 spaces. You see, I couldn't spawn anything else that turn, and that's really something I need to keep track of because I'm not too good at playing aggressive. And as you can see, they just buffed up their guys super high. So actually, that may be a bad idea as well. So we'll spawn our Veterans of War and put personal servers behind them so we can buff them up. Now we actually have 10 Veterans of War. Hopefully those guys will be able to take out some of our enemies. Okay, so they just did a couple interesting moves. Basically, they spawned another mech workshop and they just spawned a whole butt ton of troops, which is not in our best interest. So in order to kind of weaken them, we're going to spawn our Blade Storm and just rain death. See all that damage? We broke one of their mech workshops, which is really important. I cannot stress how important that was that we broke it. So now we have 8 mana. We're going to spawn our Fel Flares. They'll take out some of those guys. And then we're also going to spawn our Veterans of War. So they'll take out some more people. So we're actually slowly taking control of this battlefield. If played bordering a friendly construct, both gain 2 strength. Oh shoot. We may die right up here. Okay, please no. I have an idea of how I can fix this. But, oh wait, what if these guys get up there? They could one-shot my enemies. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to spawn an Execution over here. Just completely take that out. Then we have Joust Champions and Gifted Recruits to run interference. So, if there's a way, I hope I would attack those guys, but it doesn't look like I can. So we're going to spawn our Gifted Recruits. They'll take themselves out. Then we're going to spawn Joust Champions, and they'll run through the entire line. Ready? So see that now they're going to do another 3 attack, and then run interference. That's how you play the game. Okay. We have probably 1 shot. So if we spawn... Dang it. I need to think about this. So I could play defense, but there's a low chance that I'll actually end up like winning off that defense. So we're going to end up doing 4 damage to them next turn. There's nothing they can do about it, I don't think, unless they spawn some people to block. We're going to spawn our Siege Breakers. So they'll kill that tower, and then they'll be able to block a little bit. We're going to use Execution on these guys, so they'll die. Then we're going to spawn... I could spawn Veterans of War. We're going to replace Warfront Runners. Oh, we got a Fort of Ebonrock. Okay, that could be good. So, we can handle 1 damage. We're going to have to spawn Veterans of War to block these guys. So, I don't know if we're going to win this. Probably not. We've been on the back foot really the entire time. Okay, Fort of Ebonrock right there. Then, we spawn Emerald Towers. So we're just coming up. Oh, what happened? No. Oh my gosh, I think the game just froze. Well, at least something's not working. Okay, I'll be right back when I fix this. Okay, so we're actually just gonna have to restart because something happened with the game and it kind of bugged out and there's nothing I could do about it. So we're just gonna have to restart. I may end up actually just cutting out the other one because that didn't really end up doing anything for us. Okay, so we've got 4 mana here. And there's not a lot we can do with it. They got first move. So I'm just thinking that we could spawn Warfront runners to expand our front line so we have more spots to put things in. Okay, so my plan actually did sort of work. All those troops died at the Fort of Evanrock, and then it actually just broke right now, but that's still okay. So they just spawned their mech workshop. Has very low health, which is something I can actually kind of exploit. We're going to replace our Joust champions. Not going to get those anytime soon. These Veterans of War will become very helpful. So we took 1 damage there. These guys will move up. Luckily, I don't think anybody on their team has 2 movement speed, so we should be okay. I may be able to still defend anyways. So we dealt 2 damage to them. Good damage, good damage. And instead of placing Veterans of War, well actually, I have a predicament here. So I could execute and place Fel Flares, or I could place Veterans of War. I think I'm gonna execute and then place my Fel Flares up here. So they'll do that extra 2 damage, and then they'll actually win that fight next turn. So watch, he'll run into them, and then we have 1 guy left. So I think what we should do is spawn Emerald Towers, because they'll give us buffs to our guys up ahead. And then we'll also spawn personal servers, so they'll give the extra strength to our guys up there. So I think that was the best thing we could have done on that turn. So our Fel Flares are actually up at their base, which is good. We have 9 mana to use. Let's see, what should I do with it? So I could spawn Veterans of War, but then I wouldn't be able to do anything else. Well, first I'm going to replace Warfront Runners. Okay, we got Heroic Soldiers. So we can spawn a 5 and a 4. So what I think we're actually going to do, we're going to spawn them. Should we spawn them back here? Yeah, we'll spawn them back here. And then we're also going to spawn a Fort of Evanrock behind them, so we'll have an effective defense. Our Emerald Towers, yeah, are going to take some damage, but that's okay. Hopefully on our next turn they'll be able to buff those Frost Flares, or Fel Flares they're called, and end up doing a little bit more. Oh shoot, never mind, Emerald Towers got broken. We can take out these gifted recruits right here, which I think we're gonna do. Yeah, that seems like the best idea. And then we can also spawn Veterans of War to run interference on those guys. I think that was the best thing we could do. Also, we have Joust champions in our hand, so we're gonna spawn those guys. You already know. Oh jeez, I really do not like this this deck that he has got going on. Alright, it's our turn. We technically have the capacity to kill them right now, although we also may die in the process. So we have a little bit of a predicament happening. We're going to replace Bladestorm. Okay, we got personal servers. That could come in handy. So what I'm thinking is, if we spawn... So if we spawn these Joust champions, they'll do 3 damage in advance, take out 1. Do another 3 damage, take out 2. This may be the best option. So we're going to spawn Joust champions. They'll end up breaking even, but they'll have taken out 8 by themselves. Or maybe not. They got buffed for some reason. I don't know where that buff came from. We have... Alright, so our gifted recruits actually ran into their base, dealt 2 damage. We have a Fort of Evanrock, Heroic Soldiers, Personal Servers, and Siege Breakers. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to spawn Heroic Soldiers. Wait, what should we do? Heroic Soldiers right there. Then Personal Servers behind them. Oh, okay, Personal Servers actually ended up buffing Joust champions, which I am perfectly okay with. And then because we have extra mana a little bit, we're going to spawn Fort of Evanrock over here because we don't have any troops currently there. Alright, looks like the enemy actually ended up taking out some of my Joust champions. We only got 3 left. That's okay. We only have 1 left. That is not okay. Okay, we're going to end our turn. So hopefully this should work out a little bit better than our last attempt. Alright, so they spawned some defense. They actually ended up destroying themselves, spawning some gifted recruits. They should take out personal servers, cancel each other out. But we're gonna just make sure. So we're gonna spawn Warfront runners. They'll do that. And we're gonna spawn Joust champions. And yes, we did win. We got the win. Because Joust champions and Warfront runners both moved 2, so we were able to attack them directly. Alright, that was amazing actually. So we played that much better than last time. We got our little victory screen here. We actually got the mech workshop. And alright, so looks like that's going to wrap it up for this video of Stormbound. If you guys like the game, feel free to check it out yourself. And also leave a comment if you want me to keep this series going. But thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.